YouTube, what's going on today, guys? It's Rikar here, and today we're going to be tier listing Valorant maps. This is probably one of the more controversial things out there because some people love certain ones. It matters on the character you're playing for others, so it's going to be a little bit of iffiness in here. So I want to know in the comments what you guys think about my placement on these maps, and you guys will kind of hear it from my mindset, which I do play Duelist, so you'll kind of have a little feeling there. So let's jump into this right now. Alrighty, guys, let's start it right off here. We have Ascent up first, and I'm going to put Ascent as an A tier map because I personally think this map here could be S tier. It's one of my favorite maps to play, but it is like so steamrolly, and even in pro play it is very defensive. I really wish there was a way for them to make this map a little bit more offensive because it is a very defensive map, and you basically have to launch yourself on the site, so it's very, very difficult. But like, I really love the layout of the map. There's so many, like, you can play aggressive on it at offense or defensively with so many peak spots, whether you're on A, B, or A or B. There's no C on that one. I was just thinking of the middle of the map. But I love Ascent. I think it's a very good map, but it just can't go to S tier to me because it's just too one-sided in a lot of games. Like, I would say, like, the amount of 13 O's I have on this map compared to any other map, it's 100% the highest on this map. So, very steamrolly. That's why it goes A. Next, we have Bind. Bind here, a lot of people hate Bind. It's very similar to Ascent in the fact that you like have to launch yourself on the sites. So I think it's gonna go. I think I'm gonna put it C tier. It's one of the OGs, but there really isn't a good way to get onto B unless you can really get a good pick. Like, you really have to outgun somebody to get on B, and then it's kind of the same with A. Like, going through bathrooms or that A short, it's a very difficult entrance point. So I'm gonna put it at C for now. It's a very defensive sided map, and obviously it matters on who you're playing and whatnot, but from a duelist perspective, I'm just launching myself on a site and hopefully someone trades me. Like, I need to get one kill ideally, but hopefully someone trades me on the second one. So that's why it's going to go into C for me. Next, we have Breeze, one of the newer maps. Obviously, it's been out for a while now. I wasn't playing Valorant when it first came out, but I have played it enough now to where I really am enjoying it. I do think it is a pretty balanced map, specifically like the open middle port makes it very interesting because you can really, like, as they keep making these maps, there's more entrance points to areas, so that's very good. Like, you can get onto each part of the map by like 2 or 3 spots now, so that's good. But it is a very triggering map when you're losing because it feels like you can't get on the site. But honestly, it really just matters if you're hitting your long range shots. Like, I would say Breeze is the one map where if you aren't hitting long range shots, you ain't winning. So I think I'm gonna throw it at B tier for now. It's kind of funny, A for Ascent, B for Breeze, but it just feels like it's lacking. Like, there's not like a short range to it. Like, you have to hit your long range shots, which is perfectly fine. I think that's like the skill gap. Like, you have to hit those shots, but if you're having an off game on Breeze, like, it is rough. So that's where we're gonna put it at B for me. I think at pro play it's very good, but you know, those guys don't miss shots. So, oh boy, the map that they are shoving down our throats right now, Fracture. I think Fracture, there's like so many things happening in this map, like a bajillion angles. Like, you can come from every side possible. Whoever gets first blood basically wins the round, it feels like, on this map. So I would probably have to put it at, I really don't like it. I think I have to go D tier with it. It's like, all these maps are fun to play if your team's doing well, but like, I feel like Fracture is just frustrating even when you're winning sometimes. Like, there's just so many angles. If someone on your team isn't watching an angle, like, you're just getting shot from behind constantly. So I think it's a good map, and there could be more in the future. It could definitely go up this, especially with a couple changes on the map. Maybe like a little bit more entry to B or a little bit wider area on A. I don't know. We'll see where it ends up going, but I think right now we're going to stick it at the bottom. I don't think anyone really likes that map that too much. And I could probably zoom this in just a little bit more for you guys. Next, we have Haven. For me, Haven's an S tier map. I know some people don't love Haven, but as someone that plays a lot of Jet, plays a lot of Raze, I love this map because I'm able to, like, especially now that I've been playing Chamber a lot too, I'm able to like really like hold down sites and get in different spots almost every round. Like, in some maps you're kind of stuck playing the same angles, and in this map I feel like you can do a lot on Haven. There's so many different spots you can go to. They really haven't changed it much since the release because it's in a very good competitive spot. They've added a couple boxes in like the back of spawns almost, but I really like it, guys. It's one of my favorite maps, and it actually might be my favorite map of all time. Yeah, it is 100% my favorite map, so it's going S tier for me, guys. I know some people don't love it for competitive play, but I really like this map. Icebox. I absolutely hated Icebox when it first came out. I thought it was just a lot needed to be changed, and they have changed a lot over time. It actually on this patch just got a change, so this is probably the most updated one to date, and like saying like, hey, this just changed. So for me, I think the new changes they made to it with the angles makes it much more balanced, because this is a very defensive map to start, but as they've changed things over time, like it's feeling a little bit more offensive, especially on the B site. Like A is always like a crapshoot. Whoever's gonna hit the headshots is gonna win that site, but I really think using your abilities well on B with that new spot where yellow is, like it's not angled to the side anymore, it's horizontal. I think it helps a lot offensively, and especially at how the room is there on the left now when you're entering from the offensive side. I think it's at a much better spot. So I honestly think I'm going to put it A tier. It's one of those maps that everyone used to hate, but I think slowly but surely, like everyone's kind of learned how to play it. Competitively, it's usually a pretty close map, which I mean almost every map is competitive for professionals because they're so good on defense, but I really do like Icebox. Over time I've learned to enjoy this map. Like it used to be a serious sore spot when this map came up. I was just done, but I do like it now. And then last but not least, Split. I hated Split when it first came out, man, but luckily everyone hated Split, so they have added and changed so many things to this. They have added, it's crazy how many changes they've actually made on Split. So I'm very happy with the changes, but I still feel like, I'm gonna put it A tier. It's not as defensive as it used to be, but it's still a pretty defensive map. But at this point, like there's so many different characters and ways to entry and get into spots that you know how to play this map. I kind of want to move it to B. I think I'm gonna leave it at A. I'm just gonna leave it at A. I like Split. It's one of those maps that like, it is kind of like Ascent where you really can steamroll it, but over time I just learned to enjoy it. So we're gonna leave it here, guys. I think that is gonna be it today. Like we kind of had a little bit of heavy on A. I didn't really think that was gonna happen. I really didn't put any thought into this other than like right when I'm recording, because I just wanted to come in with a fresh outlook. I kind of like recently got back into Valorant, and this is what we got, guys. I'm definitely going to be putting a lot of Valorant content out. So if you guys are new here, make sure you do drop a like and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Have a great rest of your day, and peace out.